Yo, today's Monday. Hopefully you're having a great Monday. Your Monday is going swell. In this video, I want to share with you today why I believe going low carb at the beginning is a great place to start for anybody out there who is a beginner to fat loss, anybody out there who is new to losing fat, burning fat, diet, and stuff like that. I want to share with you why I think it's a great place to kickstart your fat loss journey. So, first things first, one of the reasons why is you're going to stay pretty full throughout your calorie deficit. You're going to not feel as hungry over time, because I know one of the hardest things about weight loss, one of the difficulties and the challenges you face that make it pretty hard, make it pretty grueling, is hunger. Having to be hungry throughout the day or having to be hungry late at night really does begin to feel like a grind. It's like a burden. You don't want to feel hungry whatsoever around your fat loss journey at any point. So, being in a low carb state, having a lot of meat, having a lot of protein and fats is going to keep you very, very satiated, because it takes protein a lot longer to digest in your stomach, digest around your system. So ultimately you're going to feel a lot fuller, a lot satiated, especially if you're eating a lot of salads, you're eating a lot of veggies like your romaine lettuce, spinach, kale. If you couple that a lot with a lot of veggies, you will definitely not feel hungry throughout your fat loss journey once it's been a prolonged amount of time. I would say maybe a month, 2 months of losing weight. You really will learn how to suppress your appetite when it comes to eating low carb. It really doesn't matter what kind of diet pattern you follow, whether it be intermittent fasting or not. But this does work exceptionally well when it comes to intermittent fasting. Eating low carb and intermittent fasting, personally, I found to be ridiculously helpful when it comes to staying full, when it comes to staying satiated and just straight up satisfied. Also, it's a pretty simple way of eating, right? It's a pretty simple way, a pretty simple diet choice. It's pretty simple to base your daily food intake around, meats, because, carbs are pretty much out of the question. So having to think about whether or not this carb has gluten, whether or not this carb is a good or bad carb, whether it has high fructose corn syrup, whatever the case may be when it comes to carbs, because I know carbs do get a pretty bad rep when it comes to the fitness industry. You really don't have to obsess over whether or not you're going to go over, or whether it's a good or bad carb, right? You don't have to obsess over it. Keeping your carbs 50 grams or less per day is definitely going to help you stay full, stay satiated, and not have to obsess around, like I said, what kind of carb, or this or that, right? Because it gets so much of a bad rep. In which case, carbs aren't bad for you. The only way you're ever going to lose weight is by being in a calorie deficit, burning more calories than your body consumes. That's the only way. You can literally eat, Twinkies all day, and still, as long as you're in a calorie deficit, you'll burn fat, you'll lose weight. And also, one thing is for sure, you won't be retaining a lot of water, right? I know that usually we retain or we hold a lot of water around our face, around our chin, cheeks, fingers, stomach, and stuff like that. So being low carb, in a state of not having too much carbs, 50 grams or less on a day-to-day basis, we won't be holding as much water around our face, around our cheeks. So over time, we're definitely going to start to see pretty good results when it comes to our faces and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of people out there who, especially, I want to lose weight only around my chin, around my face, around my cheeks. I have such a round face. Keeping carbs low is definitely going to help you not retain or hold a lot of water around your face, fingers, legs, stomach, wherever that may be. You won't be holding too much water. Essentially, you'll feel and look a lot lighter. So that's going to be pretty much for this video. If there's any other questions you want me to add, if there's anything you want me to talk about or anything, any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll make sure to answer your questions. I always got you. Anybody out there, I got you in the comments. So catch you in the next video. Have a swell Monday. Peace.